10-day charter started in Arley Beach. Our first stop was Nara Inlet on Hook Island, then Blue Pearl Bay on Hayman. Back to Hook, we stayed in Butterfly Bay, then on to Catamaran Bay on Border Island. We spent 2 nights at the marina on Hamilton Island, then on to Tong Bay and Whitehaven Beach on Whitsunday Island. Our southernmost anchorage was at Shaw Island, with our final night spent at Sandy Bay on South Mole Island. We're in Arley Beach. It's spelled Arley Beach. Arley Beach, Queensland, Australia. We picked up a boat from these guys, Charter Yachts Australia. Our boat's out there, Galaxy. It's a Lagoon 450. And for the next 10 days, we'll be sailing through the beautiful Whitsunday Islands. Here's our boat. There's Chris.
Showered? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They're all right.
There's the crew. And there's the skipper right there.
Good. Forecast is southeast at 15 knots. Is it safe to anchor in the following? Turtle Bay. Turtle Bay is, so go look at the Turtle Bay.
This is Dennis answering the questions for the boat briefing to make sure that we know how to safely handle this boat.
Wind protection is only from the north, northeast, and north. So this is a no, right?
So here's Guy taking us out. Most places they let us take the boats out, but I can understand here because the winds can be pretty strong. And apparently, talking to Guy, a lot of the people are really not experts at doing this, so they take it out and bring it back in, which is okay with me. It's our first day on the water. We just left, what's the name of the place? Arley Beach. It was a very extensive briefing, including hoisting of the sails, anchoring, mooring. Never had anything so extensive. We're now heading to Nauru. I'm going to go up into the wind so we can see the skipper. Actually, not the skipper, skipper of the day. Chris is at the helm. Let's check it out. Blowing about 17 knots, and unfortunately there's something broken on the boat. It says our heading is 353, but we're really around 60. Our destination's over there. We stopped here in Nara Inlet. At the head of the inlet, there's supposed to be some ancient Aboriginal markings or artifacts of some sort. There's the inlet to Nara Inlet. Nara Inlet is well protected and very calm, so we went paddleboarding.
You can't film me because I'm not cool because I'm not standing up.
No, this is good. Oh, she's way up there.
Are you already filming him?
Yeah. Even I went paddleboarding. They do say, well, they said there are some saltwater crocodiles in the Proserpine River. In fact, it's supposedly the largest concentration of saltwater crocodiles. And they have been spotted in the bays. There was a 5-meter one near Arley Beach, and the guy who checked us out said they do get as big as 9 meters. Thinking you don't really want to be around them. And with almost no wind, it was safe to use the drone. First dinghy ride.
It's our first dinghy ride.
Yep, first dinghy ride. There's the skipper.
Welcome to Australia.
Hook Island, Nara Inlet. Marin's doing it, touching the etched handprint that represents today's Nara people.
And I would like to talk about my spiritual connection to Nara Inlet and what the paintings here in the cave mean. Those paintings are spiritual connection with all Nara people. The paintings that are there are signs from our ancestors, and that keeps our spiritual connection to those that have gone before.
And here we are.
I am here.
She's okay.
Yeah, they're grippy. They're just, I
And
think they're
here's the-
shower shoes. They're not really.
Looks like
big
somebody
shoes.
has been in there recently, maybe jumped the fence. There's Marin made a nice sign in the sand for us. Sailing buddies.
I know. Lily is just like, have you watched the new
There's
movie?
Galaxy.
Like, no, you need to watch it. And I'm like, I haven't got caught up on Bluey yet. I mean, I need to get caught
Here, does
up.
anybody else want to do
We stopped at Blue Pearl Bay for lunch.
Oh, is that where we are?
There's a limited number of moorings. We had to loiter for a while until a lovely couple in a very small catamaran offered to get off their tiny mooring, get their tiny boat off the mooring and give us the big mooring. Now, this mooring is meant for someone with an even bigger boat than us. The moorings here are kind of strange. They're a big cone and it has a big, I don't know what you call it, a hawser, a thing, whatever, a giant thing. And according to the yacht company, what we're supposed to do is grab that big line and put it around our bow cleat. And if it's too big, like it is in our case, we just tie one line through it to our bow cleat. This seems completely wrong to me. We're always used to creating a bridle out of 2 mooring lines, or 2 dock lines, but there you go. We're here, have a little lunch, and we'll go somewhere else. But it's a beautiful place. Here we are, all stinger suited up,
I swell when I'm hot.
in case there are any box jellyfish out there.
Or the little ones.
Or the little ones, which are worse. Okay, I've come in.
There's a little bit of a current.
That is not toasty water.
Alright, where are we going? Straight over?
I'm going straight to the rocks and then back. It was so nice there, we decided to spend the night. They said Marin needs to come down right now because there's so much work to do that we need her. And we don't know how to do this.
Because I think Sandy likes
Because they said
sauteing it or roux and we
Dennis said he doesn't know how to make salad.
Wait. How about the garlic bread? Are they getting on the garlic bread?
They're not doing garlic bread.
Chris, that's you.
Are they doing just the baguette?
I don't even know. I'm not even paying attention.
Would be fine. But I mean, my God, do we have any garlic?
Do we
make
really
garlic
need
bread?
a baguette with our pastas?
Gotta have some bread, pasta.
But
But we don't need the garlic bread. We can't just cut up the
It's the
baguette.
last thing that needs to be made, though. I mean,
Now it's a beautiful sunset.
Oh, it is. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, I need to take a picture of that. In fact, I can't because of the musical stuff.
Didn't need to worry about the backup line, mooring line on this thing because there is almost no wind. And, we were banging against the mooring, it seemed like, for half the night. It's a beautiful morning. I tried to pick up that mooring where that catamaran in the middle of the picture is yesterday, but he came screaming in and yelling at us, saying, "Hey, it's mine." But fortunately, this little catamaran that's way back there in the distance, it's a cute little thing. He was on the mooring we're on, and he said, "Hey, if that guy gets off that small ball, it's made for the smaller boats, then I'll move and you can have this." So we told him, "Hey, there's a small ball like that over there by that monohull." So he went over there, picked that up, opened this one up for us. It was very nice of him. We're leaving Butterfly Bay on the north side of Hook Island. There's our skipper at the helm. Let's get a good picture of him. Sand. Lots of action.
What did he say about the wind? You guys hear it?
Yeah, he said it was from the east switching to northeast towards the evening. Here's the advantage of the fly bridge. Everyone's up there except for me, but there's plenty of room for me. We're leaving Hook Island on our way to, I can't remember the name of the island, but we're going to Catherine Bay. Fly bridge is nice for just cruising around like this.
Yeah. Or the vistas, you know.
Oh, yeah.
You got
Yes.
It is not going to be fun in a rainstorm.
well, not for the driver.
Or whoever else is
Comfortably
sitting up
down
here
below.
with him, yes.
Yeah, Whitsunday Island's pretty dramatic.
Now look, somebody's leaving out there.
What are we doing, 4.5 knots?
5.
That's plenty
And
fast.
5 knots of wind.
5 and 5 knots of wind?
That's what it says. The true wind speed is 5.
I wonder if that's a GPS or not.
Well, I think this isn't right because the heading's wrong.
Yeah, because the heading's wrong. But we're doing 5 and 8 apparent. That's pretty good.
Well, isn't 8.4 down there in the bottom of the, isn't that the,
This one?
Wind
Why
speed?
is this so much different? Oh, apparently. Yeah, it's apparent.
Apparent. Yeah, well, that's pretty good. 5 knots and 8 knots apparent.
Yeah.
So, did you hear that? We're doing
if I
5.
could set up a wind, just wind, not in relation to the boat at all.
I did, but it's all derived is the problem.
I know, but where is it over there?
It's one of those one that's
It's the 8.0.
actually it might be the one that says 119.
the true wind direction.
Oh, is it direction? I thought you set up speed.
No, you see true wind speed supposedly on that smaller
I
Triton
know,
display.
but we're not trusting that.
Well, no, because it doesn't have the heading right, so it can't calculate what the true wind speed is.
I understand that. So
Yeah.
we don't have anything really to tell us what wind speed is.
What the
True.
Yes.
We know what the apparent is. That's
Well, the speed is independent. It's the direction, right?
well, the true wind speed would be dependent on the direction of the wind with respect to the apparent wind. So, how will it know? It seems like it has to know your boat.
Yeah, I kind of see what you're saying.
It has to know your boat
boat
heading, I would think,
relative to the apparent.
relative to the apparent to calculate the true. Does that make sense? Makes sense to me. Dennis and I agree.
Well, you should, yeah. 'Cause
And he
it
used to be
needs-
my boss's
it
boss,
needs to
so
know if it's in front of you or behind you, or whether to add or subtract. So that makes sense.
this is Border Island. We're doing a drive-by to see if we can find an open mooring. I doubt we're going to find one. There are supposedly 5 moorings available, and I count 6 boats. So, and the charter company told us no anchoring here.
Most of the anchorages have free national park moorings. During the day there is a 2-hour time limit, but if you are on one after 5 p.m., you're permitted to stay overnight. They're free, but often limited in number. The first mooring we saw in Catamaran Bay was broken.
Looks blue to me.
I don't know. I think it's broke.
Yeah, it looks broken.
Nobody's on it because it's broke.
Yeah. There is no loop.
Fortunately, a couple of boats left and opened up moorings for us. The bars are color-coded according to the maximum size boat that can use them.
Oh, this is green banded, isn't it? So it should be a perfect size. Got it.
Okay.
And this is supposedly what you need. There's a lot of dead coral here, and visibility is not very good. I think it was better. Hey, Jai. I think it was better over there where we first ran into it, where there were some decent coral heads. This is
We should go up that way.
this way. All right, I'll go that way.
After snorkeling a bit, some of us decided to take a hike to a lookout point on the island. We went ashore during low tide. It was a short hike to the top.
Started the path right there.
Yep. I don't see any snakes. I don't see any spiders hanging from the trees. So far, so good. I'm guessing these stones aren't natural because that step looks just like that step and looks just like that step. So here we are on, I don't know, other side of Border Island.
Border Island.
Yeah.
We're on the other side of the border. I don't know if we're going to get through.
Not sure why they called it Border
And
Island.
they
There you
don't
go.
have any fences to climb over. It's like
Yeah.
a
razor wire.
razor wire.
Furthest east.
Well, I would say that, except you got, what was that one?
Yeah. DeLorean or something.
Yeah, I'll go with DeLorean. I like that. You can tell it's a DeLorean by the aluminum, or excuse me, we're in Australia, the aluminium coating.
Yeah. DeLorean.
Here we are.
That's
Lagoon Island. We made it. It was a strenuous hike.
yes, it's beautiful though.
All the way from down there. Wow. 500-meter walk. But we made it. And I'm going to follow in the footsteps of those behind me, walk out to this spot. And there is Galaxy, our charter cat. It's all the way to the left, well, the leftmost catamaran.
Unless you want to go all the way up there.
Sort of ends right here.
An odd thing about chartering in Australia is the requirement to check in with the charter base every morning to give your plans for the day and check in again mid-afternoon to tell them where you actually ended up and what your mooring or anchoring situation is.
Whitsunday Escape, this is Rafiki, over.
Yeah, Rafiki, good morning. Yeah, line's down the water for you guys. So your plan, over.
Here have a left side haven heading for Lagoon Island for a bit, and then we're going to go down to Sandy Bay where we plan to spend the night. Over.
Not a worry, Rafiki. All good there. Look, it is moorings only there at Sandy Bay, so do try and get there nice and early if you can. Yeah, just so you've got enough time if need be maybe to get down to Happy Bay on the northwest side of Long Island to anchor. But yeah, otherwise sounds good, over.
On our way to Hamo.
Sounds like ammo.
That's what the locals call Hamilton Island. They call it Hamo. And we're going to be spending the night, next 2 nights in Hamo.
Next 2 nights. Visit to the Great Barrier Reef.
Yep. We're at the Hamilton Island Marina. Apparently that's a resort over there where that big building is, and because we're paying an enormous amount of money for our slip, we get full access to the resort. So we're going to check it out after lunch. So you get around the island on golf carts, but check this out. All the golf carts are left-hand drive. Very bizarre. This is like being on the island with a prisoner. Everyone goes around in their little golf carts. Or maybe it's Catalina. I'm going with the prisoner. Today we're going to go with, I can't wait till we're going to explore somebody or other. I'll show a picture of that later. Anyway, we're going to take a snorkel tour out to the reef. It's going to be hopefully everything I've ever dreamt of. Dreamt of. Hopefully it's going to be everything I've ever dreamt of for what the reef looks like.
Or dreamed. Both are correct.
Dreamed or dreamt. All right, we're going to go on Ocean Explorer for the full day snorkel to the Great Barrier Reef. What was that? Our plotter.
Yeah, mate.
If this is from my massively huge crowd on YouTube.
For all your subscribers.
Yeah, all 200 of them.
All 200 of them. We'll jump in the seat, mate. I'll take a picture of you in here.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be awesome. Then they'll think I'm a real pro.
Absolutely.
Yeah. There we go.
You recording?
Yep. I'm not going to touch the joystick
Fine.
though.
Pretend like you got a point.
There we
Pretend
go.
like you know what you're doing.
We're going that way. Our course over ground is 355, depth 62 meters, speed over ground, look at that, almost 21 knots.
Perfect. There you go. We get a couple more 100 subscribers off of that.
They're very particular on Ocean Explorer as to what you can and can't put in the toilets.
We're at the reef. Oh yeah, I think I'm glad I'm in the the suit.
Yeah.
The water is
I'm a little chillier than
the water is not toasty. Okay.
You okay, Sandy? Ready? Go.
As you imagine, there is a lot of coral at the Great Barrier Reef. I saw colors of coral I've never seen before. And the coral just goes on and on.
There, a sea of people in the sea.
There were even the occasional fish. Including jellyfish. I don't think this one is dangerous. Here's Jai enjoying the view. Here are some more fish. Here's one more look at the blue coral. And one more look at the fish.
This is going to be at least, yeah, exactly.
Like and subscribe.
Cheers.
When we left Hamo the next day, the weather had turned stormy. It was my turn at the helm, and with the wind on our nose, we were motoring to get to our next anchorage.
We made it to Tong Bay. And as opposed to the other places we've been, there are a lot of open moorings here today. Maybe it's because of the weather. It's been blowing about 20 knots true.
The guys took the dinghy to shore to take a walk to the other side of the peninsula.
And there's Galaxy out there.
We saw this sign informing us of the things to stay away from.
The tiny jellyfish, the cone shells, the stinging trees, and the death adders. Other than that,
They like their death stuff.
yeah, this is Australia. Good grief. The trails here are ridiculously nice. That's pretty awesome. There's Hill Inlet. Wow. Getting into Hill Inlet looks like a bit of a challenge.
Oh wow, there's boats back in there.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, because I asked about it, you know, and he says, oh no, you can't go in there. Jeez, that's really cool.
Yeah.
That's like the Exumas, you know, and you go in,
Yeah.
this is like one of those mangrove things. So they must go back at high tide and then find little pools and anchor in them. So the tide was going out, right? It's going out now, yeah. It's high tide at 1.
That's pretty.
We took the awesome boardwalk down to the beach.
Now, if this was in England, there'd be guardrails on both sides. Betty's Beach. We're here near dusk, and the shadows are getting long.
We found this giant piece of driftwood and I tried to do some artistic videography.
Well, we got 17 knots, 15 knots apparent. We're doing 5 knots with just the jib. And I think that's pretty good. Pretty good performance. 13 knots. Well, who knows if the true wind speed is. But. So we made it to Whitehaven Beach. We anchored in 6 meters of water. We've got out about 33 meters of chain, and we're about half an hour from high tide, so we ought to be golden.
Turns out we weren't golden. The charter company insists on 40 meter of chain no matter what. 40 meters of scope with 6 meters of depth is a bit of overkill, but there you go.
Here we are on Whitehaven. Look, there's Sandy. She doesn't want to be in the picture. There's Galaxy. The tour guides say that this sand, which is pure silica, was used to make the mirror for the Hubble telescope. But that seems to be a dubious claim. But it is pretty white sand.
I checked the Fountain of All Knowledge, and the Hubble mirror was not made with sand from Whitehaven.
That's right.
Are you doing your narrating?
Well, you can narrate. You can say something. And
Hello, we're at Whitehaven Beach. And it's beautiful.
It's okay.
Yeah. Another beautiful beach in Australia.
Yesterday's beach was the most beautiful beach I've ever seen.
Really?
Probably the most beautiful beach in the world.
I do tend to agree with that. And you guys' pictures from the night before was just...
That was pretty. There's no doubt about it.
Right, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
this isn't horrible though.
No, of all the
I had no
things.
idea this beach would have so much picnicking area to it.
Yeah, it's a pretty place. I can see why people come here. There's a weird squeaking sound. And I just gotta grab this and show you how fine this sand is.
The beach was beautiful, and so was the sunset.
I'll take the picture through the champagne. There we go. Cheers. Cheers to Australia, the Whitsundays, and Whitehaven Beach. We left Whitehaven. We're on our way to, I can't remember the name of the island. Lindeman.
Shaw.
On our way to Lindeman and Shaw. We're almost as close hauled as this boat will do. And what do we got? We got it 14 knots apparent. We're doing 7 knots speed over ground. That's pretty good. Half the wind speed. The seas are pretty light.
Yep.
So, seems to be doing pretty good.
A lot less than yesterday.
Let's just scope that out there. 6 knots, speed over ground. Boat's pointed the wrong way. There we go. Okay. Oh, and our cook is now our helmsman. Yep. Cooked us breakfast. Now he's driving us to our destination. Yeah, close-up view of Pentecost Island, or Gorilla Island, as the tour guide said.
They see something else in it too. Sleeping giant.
Blocks?
I don't know. We anchored off Burning Point, Shaw Island, and this is an anchor-only area. It's a beautiful place to anchor, quite honestly. Wide open. We did like the company demanded. We're only in 4.5 meters of water. We have 40 meters of chain out. So I'm pretty sure that's adequate scope.
I'll bore you with yet another beautiful sunset.
Or they're on an anchorage and they have a really bright light.
What one doesn't have an anchor light on?
Oh no, I'm talking about that one way out there.
Oh yeah, it's a powerboat.
No, behind you. You piled.
And we're heading, we don't know where yet. Winds are extremely light. But we have the sails up, so it looks like we're sailors. We're not doing much.
Go do the head. Got it.
Well, we finally got enough wind to sail. Drew wind around 12. Boat speed in the water is around 5, close to 5, but we're losing quite a bit to the tide. Not bad though. Beautiful day. Okay, just one more look at the performance. We've got 12 knots true, 9 apparent. Doing 5.5 boat speed. It's pretty good. There's Jai in her happy spot. There's the Australian warship. That's all it says on AIS, is Australian warship. With zero information. It's moving pretty fast.
The winch layout on the 450 is bizarre. The helmsman has to step out of the way while the crew operates the winch to avoid getting hit in the butt.
So you gotta do what with it?
You're just gonna release it as he walks.
As I wind it in, you ready?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm ready.
Out of the way of the guy grinding.
What's that? Am I going too slow?
Oh, you're doing fine.
So our last night we picked up a mooring in Sandy Bay on South Mole Island. And there's the warship. He's cruising around, protecting us.
Jai and I went for a walk on the beach.
This beach is nothing but dead coral. So it's kind of pretty, even in depth. I don't know what that looks like. Well, I don't know. Maybe a nose, maybe something else.
Ow.
You get stuck in your sandals. It's not fun, is it? Last day, last morning, last hour.
This is our last hour?
Not quite, but just about.
We have a whole bunch of sitting around in the marina to do yet.
Yep.
We loitered outside the marina entrance to wait for the charter company crew to take Galaxy in. Here's a good view of Arley Beach. And with our charter over, I'll leave you with one more view of Whitehaven Beach.